It's all views and clicks. I think the Saudis were very happy with it all, and it gained a lot of global attention. You wouldn't think someone 61 years old can create that much fucking hype and attention, but he does. He's gold at it for sure. But I think, as for me dad at 60-odd-year-old wanting to fight Carl Froch, and Carl Froch trying to boost his name off an old man's name, which he's had right in, but they asked for ridiculous numbers, like numbers that they can't generate. Do you know what I mean? This is not a stadium show. It's just initially a keep busy fight, back in the ring action.
Last 20, last 20.
Yes!
10 to go, 10 to go. Time!
Fight Carl Froch in the mad world
I've got about as much interest in that as flying in the air. It means nothing to me. Listen.
Tyson Fury is stunned by Carl Froch's physique and warns John Fury. Tyson Fury is drawing the line here, completely refusing to let John Fury get anywhere close to Carl Froch. And the instant he saw Carl Froch's build, the fear in his voice became impossible to conceal. Now he's pleading with John Fury not to make the biggest mistake of his life.
But I think, as for me dad at 60-odd-year-old wanting to fight Carl Froch, and Carl Froch trying to boost his name off an old man's name, do you think I'm going to let me dad fight Carl Froch, backhand Carl Froch? Do you know what I mean? How's he going to fight 60-odd-year-old man? Have some brains, you silly fucker.
But I remember
Both of them. They need to fucking have a bit of sense and show some professionalism in this game.
Tyson Fury no longer sees this as some simple exhibition. He's labeling it dangerous, straightforward, and clear. And coming from a heavyweight world champion, that warning alone should seriously worry John Fury before he even thinks about entering those ropes.
Every fight's dangerous, no matter who you're fighting. If you're fighting a binman, it's dangerous. As you saw the other weekend, you had a 1-0 guy.
Carl Froch displaying this level of restraint only highlights how dangerous he truly is. A real champion has no need to yell, and John Fury repeatedly challenging him while Carl Froch remains calm is exactly why Tyson Fury is deeply concerned about his own father.
Just like he gets upset and starts getting silly and starts saying, listen, I'll fight you, starts calling me out. So just so we're clear, I didn't call John Fury out, and I've got no intentions of fighting John Fury. But like he said, if it makes business sense, so if something stupid could happen, so for him, he wants to get paid. For me, I'd like to just set the record straight. Yeah.
John Fury talking about destroying Carl Froch is pure fantasy, chasing money and headlines against a 3-time world champion who still looks carved from granite. And this is exactly the reckless mindset Tyson Fury has been desperately urging his own father to abandon.
And everybody knows Froch is a tough guy. And if Froch turns up, even though he's an old man now, he's nearly as old as me. No, he's not. He's quite younger than me, actually, Carl Froch. I'm 63. Anyway, but, you know, listen, even Carl Froch, at the age that he is at, would still be enough for John Fury. Now,
Johnny Nelson admitting that John Fury priced himself out of this fight tells the real story. John Fury wants the money more than he understands the danger, and Tyson Fury clearly sees straight through it, desperate to stop his father chasing a payday against a man like Carl Froch.
And still no updates on opponents or anything yet, but it'll come out in due course, I suppose.
Just going back to April, because of the slight layoff there, 16 months, was it?
Tyson Fury going this far, questioning his own father's state of mind instead of trading insults, shows just how seriously he's taking this warning. Because in his eyes, John Fury stepping near Carl Froch's physique is not banter anymore, it's a genuine crisis.
Rather than retaliating and hate on somebody, this man really does have mental health issues, it's evident to see. And rather than just go back and forward with him and yada yada yada, saying he's deluded and all that, I'm just going to pray for him, and I'm going to ask God to help him.
Adam Smith straight up admitting he would never bet against Carl Froch in a real fight is a massive statement, and it lines up exactly with Tyson Fury's fear. Size means nothing when Carl Froch still switches on that killer instinct.
Wanting to fight Carl Froch, and Carl Froch trying to boost his name off an old man's name. Do you think I'm going to let me dad fight Carl Froch, backhand Carl Froch? Do you know what I mean? How's he going to fight 60-odd-year-old man? Have some brains, you silly fucker.
But I remember
Both of them. They need to fucking have a bit of sense and show some professionalism in this game.
Carl Froch tearing into John Fury's history of bullying smaller men proves exactly why Tyson Fury is right to be scared. Because Carl Froch isn't just talking tough, he's calling out a pattern, and he's making it clear he won't back down from this fight.
fight might actually get made if John doesn't vanish like he did last time. So John, listen up and listen closely, because I want you to get this into your thick fucking skull. This has been going on for too long now. I saw you punching a Perspex picture on the wall the other day. Walls don't hit back. You're a fucking bully. Starting on Carl Frampton, starting on Steve Bunce. You headbutted the smallest man in the room at the Usyk press conference. Listen, I'm ready to fight. You've called it on. I'm answering. I'm ready for you. Sign the fucking contract or shut the fuck up.
John Fury needing 20 men just to hold him back is not the flex he thinks it is. It's a warning sign, and this exact volatility is why Tyson Fury keeps pleading with his father to walk away from Carl Froch's shadow.
Last 20, last 20.
Yes!
10 to go, 10 to go.
Johnny Nelson calling out John Fury's emotional instability confirms the exact concern Tyson Fury has been raising. A fighter who forgets himself under pressure stands no chance against the composed, controlled power that Carl Froch still carries at this age.
John is an emotional being, gets into the moment, forgets himself. You can see, excuse the bad language, but this is, you know, when you see that, this is the moment when he realised he beat up. It was that, you know, when John had done it, like, shit, what have I done? But he had to own it. I think the pressure was on. The pressure is now on John to behave himself. He's distracted. A lot of attention and talk. And
Duke McKenzie stating flat out that John Fury has no way of avoiding a puncher like Carl Froch backs up everything Tyson Fury has been screaming about. Punching power never fades, and George Groves is living proof of that devastating truth.
That's John Fury, and that light bulb switches on. You know that Carl Froch is a bad man. He was when he was fighting, and he's probably got that same spite in him now. And if he lands one on Fury, then it could be quite devastating. And Froch has always been quite heavy-handed. You know, look what he did to George Groves, ironed him out, and George Groves was world class at that time. So everybody knows that the last thing you lose in boxing, if you're a natural puncher like a Froch, is your punch. And Froch, you know, listen, Fury wouldn't be able to get out of the way of that. He doesn't know how to get out of the way of that. He couldn't get out of the way of that. And I'm sure if Froch anytime Froch is ready to close that one out, it's a done deal.
Carl Froch isn't just brushing off John Fury's threats, he's exposing them, reminding everyone that credentials and backing don't lie. And while John Fury talks about prison threats and intimidation, Carl Froch simply lets his resume do the talking, which is exactly why Tyson Fury refuses to take this lightly and keeps begging his father to step back before it's too late for everyone involved in the circus.
He's talking nonsense, and he'd like to play the Cobra down, but he can't because I've got the backing, I've got the credentials. You know what I'm saying? He can't rubbish the Cobra and say that I don't deserve to be where I'm at.
Eddie Hearn couldn't be clearer here, warning that Carl Froch is not a man you threaten lightly. And Eddie Hearn's blunt prediction that Carl Froch will simply stick it on John Fury lines up perfectly with the fear Tyson Fury has carried since the moment he saw Carl Froch's physique up close. Because Eddie Hearn knows exactly what real punching power looks like when it finally lands.
The reason that I like that little bit of beef, right? One is because I'm not involved. And two, because Carl's not the kind of geezer who you can start saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And if I see you, because you can say that to me, I'm a wet lettuce. You can't say that to Carl Froch.
Duke McKenzie painting John Fury as a chaos machine who thrives off noise rather than substance is a damning verdict. Because all that shouting means nothing once Carl Froch is standing across the ring, and Tyson Fury understands better than anyone that chaos and confidence collapse instantly against real discipline, which is exactly the trait Carl Froch has carried through his entire legendary career.
He knows how to shout houses down and make threats and swear and all the rest of it, because he creates chaos wherever he goes. And for whatever the reason, the public, they love that.
Liam Smith questioning whether John Fury is all hype exposes the same doubt eating away at Tyson Fury. Because behind every loud threat and every headline stunt, there's a very real risk that John Fury is walking straight into Carl Froch's world without understanding just how dangerous that physique still is.
Last night's action, I think the thing I want to cover first is your old friend, and I'm being sarcastic when I say friend, there's clearly some tension there now. Ben Shalom, who you worked with at Sky, just announced a big deal, and a lot of people were predicting, you know, we got wind that he was going to announce that deal. We put an announcement of the announcement, which hit some big numbers, and then he basically announced it.
Eddie Hearn admitting this has gone too far personal, too far over the top. Confirms that even boxing's biggest promoter sees the danger simmering beneath the surface. And while Eddie Hearn accepts the hype will only grow from here, Tyson Fury is the one voice constantly warning that hype means nothing if his own father ends up seriously hurt facing a physique like Carl Froch's.
Combination punches, his feints are slowed down. He's not as light on his feet. And it happens with age. He's had a great career. The trilogy with Wilder took a bit out of him, but the 2 losses of Usyk came after my criticism that he's slowing down. And I dare say, and tell me if you disagree with me, Tyson Fury, probably too big and probably a little bit...
What's truly at stake here is bigger than money or headlines. It's John Fury's health against a man who still looks carved from granite a decade into retirement. If Carl Froch gets his hands on John Fury, every analyst from Duke McKenzie to Eddie Hearn agrees it ends fast and ends violently. If somehow John Fury shocks the world and survives, it becomes the greatest underdog story boxing has ever produced. But realistically, Carl Froch wants it more, trains smarter, and carries the calm, calculated danger that has terrified Tyson Fury from the very first glance at his physique. Are you backing Carl Froch to prove exactly why Tyson Fury is right to panic? Or do you think John Fury can shock the world and silence every single doubter? Drop your thoughts below, hit subscribe, and smash that like button because this rivalry is far from finished.
Every time he hit him with the left hand, nailed him. I think he could have done it sooner after getting a reaction, but he just said to me then, no what, I was enjoying it in there. So when you enjoy it like that and you know you can take them out whenever, you really put your foot to the pedal, then
The prediction here is brutal, John Fury gassing out before he even survives 2 rounds against a genuine athlete like Carl Froch. And that exact scenario is what keeps Tyson Fury awake at night, watching his own father's confidence completely disconnected from the physical reality standing across the ring from him.